what's up? This is the man that you all know and love, E Digger. That's right. I told you don't go nowhere because we right back, right here, Charm City Direct TV. As always, doing our thing, stepping aside from the radio station to bring to you, the viewers, what's really going on right here in Baltimore City. And sitting across from me is Her Highness. The beautiful, the talented Jay the Lyoness. Yes. It is an honor to have you here. You are funny.
Thank you.
She pulled up immediately, laughing, joking. We talk. Our conversations are very inspiring to each other, and you are definitely an inspiration to me. Good to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
That's remarkable. You are doing your thing.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. From the time that we were introduced to each other, I've been following you and following your growth. You are definitely doing your thing here in Baltimore. I am a person with names. I love names. I love logos. And what's more important about your name is you have the Lyoness in it. Shout out to all the true Leos out there.
It's funny because I'm not even a Leo.
You're not a Leo.
Yes, I'm an Aquarius, so it's just like, ooh, what? That's messed up. That is messy.
So talk about your name, Jay the Lyoness.
Oh, wow. It kind of, okay, let's see. It came from, first, I had a lot of names.
Okay.
I went from, first name I had, started with J Swagstar. Please don't ask me how, I don't even know.
Yeah, I know.
It was like, yeah, I was going through this phase trying to find myself as an artist, and I didn't really know like what to call myself. You know, I think everybody can agree with that. Like, they don't really know. You know, when you first come out, you're trying to find yourself, get in your lane, and that's where that came from. I was just pretty much the music that I was doing. It was just whatever I'll get on. That's it. And that name came about. I was like, yes, Jay Swagstar. That's it. But then after that, I started to get into actually lions are my favorite animals. So, boo Leos. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, lions are my favorite animals, and I came across the name Sekhmet. And basically, Sekhmet is a goddess of war. So that's where that came from. She is half lion, half lioness, and half female. And when I saw that, I was like, it was so inspiring. It was powerful. It was like, it was really big. And then, you know, my family are Ethiopian, so that's pretty much where that came from. So then I went from that, and then I really dug deep into the meaning of that. And, you know, I wasn't really spiritual at the time. So just, it has a lot to do with anger and aggression. So, and, you know, I was a very angry person. Wow. Yeah, I had some anger issues. So I kind of went off that, and it was inspiring and powerful for me. So I kind of went there, and I started calling myself Sekhmet. Because I am a female, you know, and I feel like I'm powerful with my words. So that's where that came from. And then it went to alter ego, which is J Suave. And the suave came from everybody always telling me, like, when they meet me, they're like, you just so laid back.
Yes.
And you just so cool. So,
even talking to her on the phone, I mean, you just real laid back.
Yeah. And thank you. And it's just like, that came, and I was like, I ran with that for about up until last year. And the reason why I took the suave out, we don't see it on Facebook because they won't allow me to change it. For some reason, it's Facebook. I'd like to change. Yeah, so, you know, they won't let me take it out. So when I went to the Apollo Theater, I told them my name was J Suave, the Lyoness. And when I went up in there on stage for rehearsal, they changed my name. They were like, Jay the Lyoness. They was like, is it Jay, what is it, Suave? And I was like, no, it's Jay Suave the Lyoness. And they still cut out the Suave part. So I was just like, you know, just looking at that like, wow, well maybe, you know, it's too much. Like if people see it, you know, they might think, you know, maybe this is like a male.
Okay.
So, and because, you know, I dress like this, people judge you off of how you look instead of who you truly are.
Sure.
So, I just, after I left the Apollo, it opened up a lot for me to see who I truly was and to accept some things, you know, to change. So I took the Suave out and I went with Jay the Lyoness. And instead of the I changed it to Y to be unique and different. And that's where that came from.
It's funny that you sharing this story because I used to rap as well. And I went through the whole name thing. It was shout out to Jonathan. It was Kid MC, but I spelled it different. It was KIDD MC because I didn't want anybody to confuse me with Kid. It was Kid MC, and it was crazy individual downing derogatory massive criticism. All of that I just came up with, and then it went from actually before Kid MC it was Rock E. Everything had to keep an E in it, other than Kid MC, and then it got to the crazy one because for so long I thought I was crazy, but crazy in the sense of being different. Then I just said, you know what, forget all this, E. Just E, plain E, and then of course I stopped rapping. So I can definitely understand the name change. Who or what influenced you to start your career in music?
Wow, it's deep. I had an aunt, and her rap name was Lady Outlaw, and she loved Tupac. And when you know, just because she's my aunt, I'm not gonna, you know, be like, yeah, you know, she can rap. But no, her words were very powerful. She wrote poetry, and just she was inspiring to me. And I never started off as a rapper. I was a singer first. Yes, I didn't know anything about rapping. I've only been rapping for about 4 years, maybe 4.5. Yeah, like I didn't know nothing. It took a long time to like really kind of get up in there. But she basically passed away and of cancer. She had lupus.
Sorry.
Yeah, and she was like my best friend. Like she was my world. Like she really was. And to know that she just did music, I was just like, you know what? One day my mom called me. And when I was little, I would write poetry. I was like 7. And my mom still has books. Like and I was like, woo, one time she sent me some. I was like, I need to use this in the rhyme. I was 7 right now.
Wow.
What's going on? Yeah. So, you know, when she passed, I was just, you know, hurt. And I just was writing more. You know, I would write more and more. One day my mom called me and I sent her some of my lyrics. And she was like, you know, you should start rapping. You need to be good in every area. You know, you can sing, that's good, that's great. But the way your words are, I think you will be able to get your point across more if you rap.
Wow.
And that's how it started. And that's just, she's just been, I do this for her because I know this was her dream.
Yes.
And to just be able to do it and do it the right way, because she was very inspiring and very intelligent. So it was just like, I gotta keep it on, keep it going, you know. So that's where that came from.
There's a name for your music that I feel very unique. Tell the viewers out there what that name is and what does it mean. Struggle music.
Okay. We
had talked about that briefly.
Yes. I just recently came up with the concept of struggle music because I felt like most times when we hear music, it's like, you know, it's cool to talk about partying and, oh, I got a Ferrari and you know, I have material things. And basically, I said, you know what? I was in that, and I'm like, I felt like I was lying. And it's like, why lie about things we don't really have? Why influence young people or people out there to look at us and say, hey, you know, I want those things when it's not even important? So struggle music is, it's like what Tupac said. He called it the ghetto gospel. And that's pretty much what it was. I felt like I had to be real and to uplift. So when people look at me, you know, they're inspired to go out and do the same thing, which is help others. Know that the struggle is real. Like, we out here, we really struggling. And I'm not originally from Baltimore, but being out here and just really going around and seeing what's really here, it's deep. And I just feel like everybody needs somebody to uplift them.
Yes.
We all need somebody there in our corner, and that's where struggle music came from. This is struggle music. It's going to be honest. It's going to be real, and it just doesn't get any realer than that, you know.
Wow.
So yeah.
There were a whole host of events that happened yesterday. Your birthday.
Yes.
Shout out.
Yes.
Your birthday.
I'm
Happy
old.
birthday.
Oh, I'm 24.
Wow.
Yes.
No, you
I'm old. Going through midlife crisis.
And the release of your mixtape.
Yes. Yes.
Which I've heard, it's awesome. Awesome.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard too. You know what I mean? It's different from when you do something and you're so hard on yourself, and you're like, it's great, but to hear someone else say that it's great, it's like, wow.
Yes.
It sets you back. Like, oh, gotta take back, stand back and just be like, wow, thank you.
And then doing my homework, that's why I was listening to you.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the mixtape. What can people expect when they hear it?
Basically, most people will probably get this confused as, you know, religious, and you know, I've had someone ask me if I was a Christian rapper, and no. It's about basically what it says, God saved me, and it's about my journey, finding myself spiritually, and just at the same time seeing life for what it really is. And you know, it's about every possible struggle that you can think of. Whether you even believe in God or not, I guarantee you like something on here.
Wow. And I love the artwork.
Oh, that's deep too.
Who did the artwork?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did everything on here. I did.
She said, cut the middleman.
Yeah, because I tried. Honestly, I feel like there was a purpose. It was a reason for me to do everything by myself, because I actually tried to, you know, ask people if they could, I actually asked people if they could help out and stuff like that. And, you know, I had my best friend, she was my best friend. Something happened with that, but I asked her, she normally would do the artwork. And it just didn't happen that way, and it just went downhill. But I just felt like God wanted me to do it myself, and it had more meaning.
Yes.
And it's very deep.
Because when you do it yourself, you're getting exactly what you want when you do it yourself.
Yeah.
The production, I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. If you have not heard this, you living under a rock.
Yeah.
Come out of that rock and listen to good music.
Yes,
Listen to this mixtape right here.
Yes, it's I'm telling you, you're gonna love it.
Yes.
You know?
Love. What did shout out to Sabrina again?
Yes.
Sabrina Williams. She said she can't even pick a favorite.
Yes.
Every song is a good song. She can't even pick a favorite.
She said she listened to it twice.
Yeah.
She said I can listen to this all day, and I was like, wow.
You said that you're not limited to the styles of music you provide. Is that important for today's artists to be versatile? In your opinion?
Yeah, I think that's very important. I mean, you don't want to just live in a box. You have to
Yes.
think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to music, I think that, you know, people should be different.
Exactly.
You know, and just you know, people be like, stay in your lane, but at the same time, we're artists. So if we collab with somebody, that's not really staying in your lane. That's joining somebody else, you know, on their journey and what they do in music. So, you know, all this stay in your lane type stuff, I mean, it's not really what that is, you
Yes.
know. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's definitely important.
That's cool. Now, you talked about your aunt
Mm-hmm.
being an influence
Mm-hmm.
on you doing your music. What motivates you to do your music?
People like you. No, honestly, people like you, and you know, shout out to Sabrina, you know, people like her too, because I've only, you know, known you for a short period of time, and I can honestly say that you two have been so supportive. I actually, you know, not to be all like, you know, deep into this, but yeah, but I actually prayed that
Yes.
I come across
Yes.
great people who are willing to
Yes.
support and help, because at first I have ran into so many shady people. I'm not even gonna drop no names,
Yes.
but I've ran into some people,
Yes.
and a lot of people, not some, a lot. This whole 4 years, this is the first time that I have actually met some people who are pure at heart and actually care. So I thank you for that. That's what motivates me. The people that actually listen. The people like my little cousins last night, she was in the back seat, was like,
Saying
"Oh,
what
this
they
is
like."
my song."
Yeah.
And I'm like, shout out to Samaja. But I'm just like, you know, stuff like that. My little sisters, that's what motivates me. You know, they love the fact that I do music.
Wow.
And I have a 2.5-year-old sister, and she loves to sing.
Wow.
And that just motivates me. You guys are beautiful.
Thank
Yes.
you. I know, excuse me, I know you hear this a lot, but you sound like another female rapper
Yeah.
known as The Brat. How does that comparison make you feel?
I don't really have a problem with it, because I actually like the Brat, and you know, she's one of the females that I actually like growing up. So, and plus, you know, she kind of, well, she did. I just talked about this last night. She opened up doors for people to be aggressive. Like MC Light and, you know, Queen Latifah, they did that, but she did it in a different way.
Yes.
She said that it was okay to be aggressive, you know, and still dress like, you know, however you want to, and still be out there and put out good music. And I respect her for that. So for people to say that I sound like her, you know, hey, I take it as a blessing.
Yes.
You know, it's a compliment. Thank you.
First couple of songs that I heard, and there is a song that you did. And like I told you last night, I'm not real big on Reverb Nation, but when I find artists like yourself that has something positive to say and the music is great, I'm gonna listen. That's automatic. And no disrespect to any other artist that's on Reverb Nation. I'm not saying that I would never listen to your stuff. It's just that when certain people and certain music grabs me and catch my attention, I'm gonna listen. But there's a song that you did. It's Oh Killing Them.
Ooh, kill him.
Ooh, kill him. There you go.
Ooh, kill him.
When I heard that, I was on my way to work. I need to say this. When I was on my way to work, I was like, man, I gotta go in here today. And something told me to go to Reverb Nation, and you was there. You was on there. And when I got the Ooh Killer, not having any type of ulterior motive to say I'm going in to kill him, but it really uplifts you and the music.
Get it done.
Yes. And I was
Thank you.
when I was walking in, I said, "Oh man!" And that's as soon as that song came on, I was good.
Wow.
I was good for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Wow. When you told me that, I was just like, oh wow.
Yeah. Ooh, killer. If you had not heard it, please.
Yeah.
Please go listen to it.
Oh wow. And that song is originally is Meek Mill's. I believe it's Meek Mill's diss to Kendrick Lamar, but that's irrelevant for me. I just